The sea had always called to me, its waves and mysteries singing a siren song that I could never resist. I'd grown up by the shore, and the ocean had been my playground and refuge. But nothing could have prepared me for the terrifying encounter that would forever haunt my dreams. It was a moonless night, and I had decided to take my small fishing boat out far beyond the shore. The ocean was calm, and the stars glittered overhead. I cast my net into the inky black water, hoping for a good catch. The night was still, and a sense of tranquility washed over me. As I pulled the net up, I felt a strange weight at the other end, far heavier than any fish I had ever caught. With great effort, I hauled it aboard and peered into the net, my eyes widening in shock. There, in the dim light, I saw her, a mermaid, her shimmering tail entangled in the mesh. The mermaid was unlike any fantastical, enchanting creature from the stories. Her eyes were not wide with curiosity and allure, but filled with a cold, unfeeling malevolence. Her hair, instead of flowing like silk, was a mass of tangled, writhing serpents. Her lips were twisted in a malevolent grin, and her fingers, adorned with sharp claws, scratched at the net. In her gaze, I saw hunger, a desire for something far more sinister than a sailor's heart. She lunged at me, her long, webbed fingers clawing at the edge of the boat. My heart raced, and I stumbled backward, nearly falling overboard. With a final, desperate heave, I managed to free the mermaid from the net. She plummeted back into the dark waters, but not before uttering a haunting, echoing wail that pierced my soul. As I watched her descend into the depths, the sea seemed to swallow her whole, leaving nothing behind but ripples on the surface. I sailed back to shore as fast as my trembling hands would allow. Haunted by the sinister encounter, I couldn't shake the feeling that the mermaid's malevolence had latched onto me, that her wail still echoed in my ears. Over the following days, my once peaceful nights were filled with nightmares of the mermaid's twisted grin and haunting gaze. I was plagued by a relentless unease that gnawed at me, as if her sinister intent still lingered, lurking just beneath the surface. One fateful evening, as I gazed out at the ocean, the sea came alive, churning and roiling. The waves surged, and a monstrous creature began to emerge. It was the mermaid, but she was transformed, her malevolence magnified 100-fold. With a writhing mass of serpentine tendrils, she reached for me, her grotesque grin now impossibly wide. I fled in terror, but her echoing wail followed me, reverberating through the air. I knew I was no match for the monstrous mermaid. My only hope was to return her to the depths, to imprison her once more. I cast my net into the water, luring her closer, and with a surge of desperation, I entangled her once more. As I hauled the net aboard, her writhing form trapped within, I knew I had to act quickly. I tossed the net back into the sea, watching as she disappeared beneath the waves, her malevolent wail growing fainter until it was finally silenced. The ocean calmed, and I was left shaken, realizing that the sea held secrets far more terrifying than any sailor's tales. To this day, I remain haunted by that night, forever marked by the mermaid's sinister gaze and echoing wail. The sea, once my sanctuary, now seems like a treacherous realm of darkness, hiding malevolent creatures that lurk just beneath the surface, waiting to ensnare the unwary. As time passed, I became increasingly obsessed with the mermaid's curse. I couldn't shake the feeling that she had not been defeated, merely driven deeper into the ocean's depths. I sought out the knowledge of old fishermen, diving into the lore of the sea, and speaking with anyone who had stories to share about the supernatural creatures of the deep. One evening, an old fisherman approached me, his eyes filled with both pity and caution. He told me that the mermaid was known as Lysandra, a malevolent sea spirit that lured sailors to their doom. He warned me that Lysandra would never forget those who had crossed her, and that her curse would follow me until she exacted her revenge. Determined to break the curse and free myself from her malevolent grasp, I decided to take a drastic step. I embarked on a perilous journey to find the lost city of Atlantis, said to be the domain of the merfolk and their queen, Lysandra. I believed that there, I would find the knowledge and power needed to release